Good morning, this is Sir Romel Magcalas, your subject teacher for Statistics and Probabilities. For today's lesson, it is all about variance and standard deviation of the discrete random variable. Variance and standard deviation of the discrete random variable. Lesson 5. Variance and standard deviation. The variance and standard deviation are two values that describe how scattered or spread out the scores are from the mean value of the random variable. The variance, denoted as squared of the lowercase sigma, is determined using the formula variance is equals to uppercase sigma, which has an operation of summation, quantity of x, minus lowercase mu or the mean squared multiplied by p of x. The standard deviation is the square root of the variance. Thus, standard deviation is equals to square root of the uppercase sigma quantity of x minus mean squared multiplied by p of x. Let's have an example. Number 1. The number of cars sold per day at a local car dealership along with its corresponding probabilities is shown in the succeeding table. Compute the variance and the standard deviation of the probability distribution. Steps in finding the variance and standard deviation. Number 1. Find the mean of the probability distribution. 2 is to subtract the mean from each value of the random variable x. 3. Square the result obtained in step 2. 4. Multiply the results obtained in step 3 by the corresponding probability. And last, step 5 is to get the sum of the results obtained in step 4. Result obtained is the value of the variance of probability distribution. Solution. Step 1 is to find the mean of the probability distribution using the formula mean is equals to uppercase sigma x multiplied by p of x. We have number of cars sold for x and probability p of x. We're going to multiply 0 by 0.1. So we have mean is equals to 0. Do it in the succeeding values. Then add to get the total mean. So for this example, we have mean is equals to 2.2. Let's do step number 2. Subtract the mean from each value of the random variable x. So we're going to subtract mean by the given x values. We have negative 2.2. We have negative 1.2. We have negative 0.2. We have 0.8. And last, we have 1.8. Now, let's proceed on step number 3. Square the results obtained in step 2. So we're going to multiply the result obtained in step number 2 by itself, negative 2 multiplied by negative 2.2. So we have 4.84. Do this process on the succeeding values. So we have negative 1.2 multiplied by negative 1.2. So we have 1.44. Negative 2 or negative 0.2 multiplied by negative 0.2 is 0.04. 0.8 multiplied by 0.8 is 0.64. And last, 1.8 multiplied by itself, 1.8 is 3.24. Now, let us proceed on step 4. Multiply the result obtained in step 3 by the corresponding probability. The corresponding probability is on P of X. So we have 4.84 multiplied by 0.1 is 0.484. Do this process on the succeeding values. We have 1.44 by 0.2, 0.04 by 0.3, 0.64 by 0.2, 3.24 by 0.2. The last step, step 5, get the sum of the result obtained in step 4. The result is the value of the variance. Using this formula, we add all the obtained value in step 4. So we have variance is equals to 1.56. To solve for the standard deviation, get the square root of the variance. Standard deviation is equals to square root of 1.56. Standard deviation is equals to 1.25. So the variance of the number of cars sold per day is 1.56 and the standard deviation is 1.25.
Thank you for listening. This has been Sir O.